Hello, my name is GregTech and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. I'm just over by my electric implosion compressor and I'm thinking, you know what? I think it may be time to upgrade that to the UXV, I think. I think I'll do that. And get those QFTs sometimes. Drives me nuts. And either need to probably just keep more in stock or something like that, because the problem is the A system like sees the thing and then by the time it goes to craft it up, it's being used by the QFT, just mainly because these things are so fast. Actually, I guess if I have it on bulk mode, it's not as bad. Like, why is that not on? Usually that's on. Oh, it's the primordial. Just kidding. Duh. Yeah, it's trying to craft up the liquid primordial matter. Which is the reason we are doing that. But the reason it's probably not crafting up the primordial matter at the moment is because I just went to craft it up. So it's probably awaiting. Although, as you can see, like this isn't bad in the slightest. Like the vast majority of this is already done. All right, cool. So we got that going. Also, last episode we ended up crafting up yet another Stargate parts. I haven't started it. Probably should have just had it going, but I was like, oh, I'll start it when we are recording. Data stick should be done. Oh. And it definitely... It's probably like all this stuff loading in and out that is dropping my frames. Not too surprising. It's not super... It doesn't like bother me too much. It's definitely more noticeable when I am recording, which again is not surprising. All right, so there we go. Stargate Chevron. We're getting that going. And that does look cool when they're all on running. Oh, cool. We're doing the quantum circuits now. Yeah. So as we can see, now that I have okay, we're doing 345 trillion. That is hilarious. The amount of power that we use in these endgame bases is just hilarious. But now that we have the UXV wireless hatch, you can see our pico circuits are no longer keeping up. But, all right, we got our quantum circuits down to 3.9 seconds, though. I don't think we can get any faster than that. Because I don't think we can get more power than that into a multi-block, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's like the absolute max we can feed a multi-block. The original, isn't it like 1500 seconds? 1,000 seconds. So we got a 1,000-second recipe down to 3.9 seconds. I think that's pretty good. But that does tell me we need to build more of these, because both of these are running at full and they can't keep up now with that. Now, I will say I haven't been keeping an eye on my power. It's dropping when we start. No, you see it just finished. It injected a whole bunch. But yeah, that is slowly dropping down. And it's because I'm crafting all this stuff up. And I have been increasing the wireless hatches on all these, but all right, there we go. I think we're gonna do, like I said, we'll get that, and I really just need to continue spamming Eye of Harmonies. A little bit of lag there. I feel like there's really nothing I'm not gonna stress about dropping frames. I know it's not as smooth watching this playback, but unfortunately, we're just kind of at that point. That's why I am dropping a lot of this, or putting a lot of this stuff on in a different dimension, so it's not continuously loading in and out. Yeah, so I think we're gonna do that. I guess we are starting to be bottlenecked by our Nano Forges, as we can see, because you only get 2. It's a 3-second recipe. Man, even this uses 131 trillion. Yeah. We're starting to get some of the Stargate parts up, but yeah, we're still basically in build more Eye of Harmonies for power mode. That's really all I can do at this point. Are we doing? It is 1 million. Question is, do we upgrade that energy hatch and then maybe build another one? Or 6? I don't know. It does use a ton of power, but I figure if we have... Yeah, I guess I would do like 8. I wouldn't do... Like 6 would be such a weird number, wouldn't it? For Minecraft-y stuff. I don't know. I always do like 8 is my starting point, and then... Go elsewhere. See, like 8. 8. Are there any other 8s? I don't know. Well, those are like 16. 16 on each side, so 32. I don't know. Those are like 8. I don't know. 6 would be kind of weird. But I definitely think this is more stuff that we'll just dump in on Mars, I think. But yeah, this is definitely a bottleneck at this point. I don't even remember what, like... These aren't remotely difficult to craft up, are they? Yeah, like assembly line casing, like this stuff is like, it is so cheap. It's really just the power is that it uses is the complicated part, especially when you first get it, because it uses way more power than anything like that tier kind of thing. When you first get it going for like carbon nanites and stuff like that, it definitely is a power hog at that point. But yeah, now I think we will do that. Yeah, all right. So I think we're just going to do that, and then obviously more Eye of Harmonies. Got to keep growing the base. Okay, I am attempting to craft this up, but I don't know if it's going to... Yeah, that liquid primordial matter. That is a pain. I don't know how I want to go about... Some of these are just... It's such a pain. That's all I can say. I really don't know, like, how... Maybe a subnet? Then again, I'm like, well, how is that gonna work? Because if it's trying to craft up the item, AE, like, has an issue with it. So let me just turn that off so we're not using the primordial matter anymore. I guess if we kept... I actually don't know how much we actually need for this recipe, which, by the way, is an entire Eye of Harmony. It's calculating like an entire one. All right, so there we go. That is, I did everything. I did all the casings. I did the tier 9 stuff. I did the humongous input hatches, everything. So that is a full tier 9 Eye of Harmony in one craft. My base is probably going to start dropping some frames here. But yeah, so that's what I just set to craft up. So I did kind of want to see if everything worked. Unfortunately, we are definitely starting to drop some power. So I kind of wanted to test this and see what would happen if I crafted up the entire thing. Maybe a bit. It could be a little bit problematic, but I don't know. We'll see. So we got that. I did upgrade the 2 other things, which maybe I should have waited. Wait, wasn't that doing... It was doing 64, now it's doing 1,000. Alright, well... yeah, it's using more power, but it finishes it like way quicker. So I did that one, and I did this one as well. So we broke down all the wireless stuff. Also, that is the more of those Laptronic things we get rid of, the less power we are burning through, or just the passive. Fortunately, there is a passive loss. Like, we're losing 20 billion EU per tick. Just a passive loss just from this Laptronic. It's kind of hilarious that we're literally just burning 20 billion EU per tick having this here. So, yeah, probably a good idea to upgrade these. Unfortunately, there is no UMV wireless. That's kind of one of the a little bit annoying, and I know it's probably, well, it's definitely a design decision, but that only goes up to 64, so unfortunately, if you want the big ones, you actually do have to. Like, I can't just switch this out, unfortunately, which I would have done. If there was UMV wireless hatches, I definitely would have switched those all out by now. Gotten rid of this. There's no point in voiding more than we really need. But if you think about it, like, yeah, just imagine how much power we're actually voiding just with all these. So I think replacing these is probably a smart idea. Like, these only require 256, so that's super cheap, and I think it would be worth it. This one a little bit more, but again, and then we can get rid of that, and then this is 10 billion EU per tick we're voiding, so a lot of these, yeah, 20 billion, 40 billion, 60 billion, 80 billion. Yeah, we're voiding like over 100 billion EU per tick just having these here. So, kind of funny. All right, anyway, let me come back and then we'll see. The face actually doesn't feel horrible. Sometimes, like, when all these things are running and stuff, it definitely feels a bit laggy, but at the moment, it actually doesn't feel that laggy. Okay, we are back and just kind of watching the recipe craft up here, just trying to figure out bottlenecks, and man, these cutting machines, holy cow, that is a big bottleneck, and it's still like really dragging. I think at this point of my processing, yeah, like 2.1 million, like that is a lot. And like a lot of this stuff can't craft up before. You can see I need 3.5 million optical processors. That's why I did like a huge craft of them. I will probably keep a bunch of these in stock. I may even, instead of doing the optical circuits, I may do like keep 100,000 quantum circuits in stock or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's where the most of this is going. But yeah, I'm just kind of trying to figure out like where the big bottlenecks are. The cutting machines were one, but be honest, the DTPFs are, again, still well, they haven't been for a while, but we're kind of getting into that point again. But it's not necessarily the DTPF recipes. We can see, like, they're not staying on. So there is something that is being the bottleneck, and I'm pretty sure it's this thing. I guess that's where I was trying to go. We just don't craft up the stellar catalyst fast enough. Now, we're obviously, by having these turn on and off, we're really, like, we're kind of wasting the... We're definitely wasting the catalyst. These are meant to be running permanently, so I do know that we're definitely... By doing it that way, that is 100% not the way we are supposed to do these. So I am thinking... I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't necessarily want to... I mean, I guess we could craft up... I guess we could craft up a second one at least. I mean, we're running stuff at like 150 trillion EU per tick. What's another 11 trillion EU per tick? I know I did set this up to produce infinity, but we were actually just going through the stellar catalyst so fast. That is why I kind of have that turned off at the moment. So that is definitely something we're gonna have to sort out. It's not necessarily like super problematic at the moment, but it definitely is a bottleneck, as we can see, for a lot of this stuff. So I'm thinking, yeah, the cutting machines and the... I'm just going to leave that off for a little while, let that kind of fill up with some other mats, and then I'll turn it back on. I don't know. We don't necessarily have to have this running, but even the bioprocessors, I think I am going to... We have like 8 of these, I think, but replacing the... I think I'm going to replace them with the wireless UXV. Just get them as fast as possible. I don't know how much it's going to jump up. I don't think it's going to go up that much. Maybe 64 or 128. Not, but I mean, that's quite a bit faster, you know, if you do that times 8. So that is kind of what I'm thinking. I'll probably do more cutting machines, but we'll do them on Mars this time, I think. I really like having this stuff on Mars, to be honest. Just getting this stuff out of my main base is probably the best idea. All right, we are back and gone ahead and just crafted up 2 more of the plasma mixers. A transcendent plasma mixer. I couldn't remember the name there for a second. And yeah, so that just speeds everything up. These are pretty cheap now, where we are in the pack. Just some casings, which I had most of these already. So did that, just linked them all underneath, and yeah, easy enough. We'll probably have to sort out the stellar catalyst. Thinking, I mean, we definitely need it. You know, actually, now I could probably turn this back on. I mean, it does use quite a bit of power. Oh, just kidding. I don't have... The main reason I had it turned off was because it would run out of the stellar catalyst before it could craft up more. But now that I'm thinking we have 3 of those, we could probably handle that. But you can see it actually goes through it pretty fast. It's not even running as fast as the other ones. It's not linked. There's 3 of them that are on this, and this is like completely separate. Like, what? Did I... Like, what just happened? Why did that turn off? It was running, wasn't it? That was weird. I have no idea. Did it... Like, it was running. How was it running with that turned... I don't know. Okay, that was a bit... That was strange, right? How was that running? Anyway, well, what I was saying is this is only UAV. I actually downgraded it because it was going through the stellar catalysts so fast. I was like, it doesn't really need to be at this that as fast as it was going. And like, it was having a hard time keeping up the infinity catalyst. The main reason I'm doing it on this one is just to keep it running permanently so we get the discount. But if it's running out of catalyst, if it's running out of infinity catalyst and stellar catalyst, like, yeah, that's not ideal. So that's why I just took it off, and I was like, I'll come back to that. But now that I'm like crafting up this, it's probably still going to be bottlenecked by the compacts. I don't know. We could do Hypogen too. Maybe I'll do... I keep changing my mind. I'm like, maybe I'll do the Hypogen instead. That uses a lot less, and Hypogen was taking quite a while. But it only uses like 1 bucket. I don't know. I'll think about that and set that up. I really should have 1 for Infinity, 1 for Hypogen is what I really should have, but I ended up didn't really feel like super necessary. Once we sped everything up with the really fast things. I don't know. I still, obviously we need to sort that out sooner than later. We are crafting up. There's a few of the parts still crafting up for, yeah, the Eye of Harmony. Okay, the field generators, and then also these. And probably worth it to switch these out. I just need to be a little bit careful until I, because I have used so much power running all this stuff like crazy. And yeah, we are dropping. We are dropping here. I was also looking at the cutting, and we do. It does take a while to get through a lot of the Pico things, but once it's done, like it just sits there like not running, but it's getting that big batch in the beginning. But like most of the time-consuming part is like that, like the assembly line stuff. But I think by just having like a whole bunch of optical circuits on hand all the time would solve a lot of that. Like 10 million. Oh, ruthenium. Yes, ruthenium. All right. Ruthenium is so weird. There's no... Don't think there is an Eye of Harmony recipe, but there is a space mining one, and but it's a small... Oh. Oh yeah, that's right. We do have the Quantum Force Transformer recipe, but it requires platinum metallic powder. And I don't really get that anymore. Because we get all the pure dust directly from the Eye of Harmony, so I was like, how am I gonna like source platinum metallic powder to run in our QFTs? Since we don't really get, I'm like, we get it from obviously the ore, but we don't really get ore. I mean, I could just have the space miner running for platinum, but yeah, this is even like a that's like a ZPM thing, so I don't know. This one is quite a pain. I'm like, I don't know if it would just make sense to just be better to just run this recipe instead of the ore. Or would it be better to get like the pure dust, or would it be better to just do the ore and then I can use that in a QFT? I don't know. This one is very strange. Again, I'm gonna have to think about that. I'm almost thinking just having the dust. Let me do this one. I really just I want that. I don't even know how much of that stuff we have now. We might not need it. Okay, yeah, we don't need it. Now that we have the Eye of Harmony going, we do not need phosphate from here anymore. What was it doing? Ruthenium. Platinum, osmium, all that stuff we don't need. 47 billion, 18 billion, 17 billion, and then ruthenium, it's like 2 million. What's the other one? Rhodium? Yeah, rhodium. Do we get that? I don't remember. I already forgot. Yeah, rhodium. Those four we do not need. I guess I'll throw rhodium on there. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I might change my mind again. I hate how there's just some, like, couple little random things that you still need from the mining. It's so random. Alright. Rhodium. Rhodium. What was the 200? I think I turned off. I definitely turned off the trading the rods. I'm pretty sure that's why it's not running. Yeah, I think the neutronium rods ain't turned off. Yeah, what a random thing to run out of. Where are you? There it is. Okay, that should get that going. We'll see how fast we have it. But it's funny now, like, I'm like, oh, this space elevator, that's slow now. Might need to... Oh, no, wait, there it goes. Why is that not running? Why are you not running? No, there is a reason it's not running. I always forget why. That's why. I was like, I know it was a simple reason. I took the mining drone out and put it in my inventory. I'm like, I always do that. I'm like, it's a really simple reason. I always forget. I'm like, why is it running? All right, there we go. Okay, so hopefully that will get our ruthenium going. So, just finished that craft. Let's see if it did it correctly. Alright, it does look like it did it. Everything? Yeah, I think we got everything. Unfortunately, now that I'm just thinking about it, yep, I can't fit all this in my inventory, so might as well do that. I'm like, yeah, maybe I should have. Maybe I should put like the chest on Mars. That might be better actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. Also, I totally just realized I don't think I put the Eye of Harmony, the controller, in the recipe. Dang it. Okay, we are back. And I put this in the wrong. I think it there. Good. We're good. All right, cool. Yeah. No. Fortunately, it kind of puts them in. Like it doesn't place both input hatches for some reason. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think copying one of these with that mod would be any faster than using this either. I actually think that would be kind of a nightmare. Yeah. Yeah, like trying to copy the whole thing. Yeah, that would, I don't even want to, that would be insane. I don't think did I put, I don't remember. Anyway, it was just getting everything crafted up. But I do think I should maybe have like a chest over here or something like that. Because we're just going to be crafting more and more of these up. There we go. Alright. Well, unfortunately, I mean, I'm not... Well, we did get the Stargate parts. I was going to say, like, we're not super... Oh, whoops. Forgot I had moved these. We're not... We are progressing a little bit, but it's not like... It's not going to be super quick or anything like that. We are really... just kind of spamming these. Although it is kind of crazy we have 12 of these now. Now that I'm thinking about it, we got 8 here, we got 4 in the main base. That is pretty crazy. Alright, and I do have to... I think now that we have 8 of these, I'm going to sort out how I want to do this. So we're going to have to switch these. Debating, I'm like, I could put this... I could clean this all up and like... Maybe I could like put it down here underneath or something like that. Just because as we expand it, this is just... I don't even like looking at it. Yeah, I'm going to have to switch out the quantum rings, so I will do that. But unfortunately, we're going to have to wrap up the episode today. So we did get the chevron. First of many. Maybe next episode we will get this. We should have everything. I do need to make recipes for that. We have field generators. We have electric pistons. Yeah, we're good there. I just don't know. I really just need to keep pumping out these Eye of Harmonies before I really go too crazy on the Stargate parts. I mean, now that I'm looking at it, this stuff is easy. It's these things that are a little bit more complicated. Actually, this This chevron seems actually easier than... That actually seems way easier than these, because these require 64 field generators. But anyway, yeah, maybe we'll get this part done next episode. Are we like... I mean, once we get these chevron things, we're basically starting to craft up the Stargate. This is so crazy. I can't believe we're actually here. After all these years. What is it, 2 years? 3 years coming up? No, 2 years. I think it's like 2 years, right? Coming up in May, I think the series started. I don't even remember. Anyway, that's going to be for today. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.